would it be done on Saturday night against the Rockies? There is the wily veteran stuck on 349 and working very quickly out of the gate, getting leadoff man Willie Taveras on the second pitch of the AB. 5-3, 1 out. This would be 1-3 in your scorebook as Omar Quintanilla retired on the comebacker, and then Matt Holliday, first pitch he sees, fly out to right field. How about a 5-pitch first inning? That's efficient. Top 4, really the only jam of the game for Maddox. 2 on, 2 out, and he gets Brad Hopp in the air to right. Harmless. Inning over. Top 6, it's 3-1 Pods, and there is Holliday once again. Khalil Green, nice play. Maddox just 68 pitches in 6 innings. Didn't give up an earned run. Turn it over to Trevor Hoffman, pitching for the first time this month, and he finishes the deal. Pods win 3-2. Maddox wins 350. How does this compare to other milestones?
It's kind of cool when if 300 was cool. Clinching to go to postseason is cool. Getting a win in the playoffs is really cool. To me, this was, I don't want to make it have to be nothing, but I mean, it is May and we haven't been playing that good. And, you just really want to just win for the right reasons, not necessarily the wrong reasons. And, we need to start winning as a team. Hopefully tonight that'll be the start of things to come.
Yanks dating back to last season. Top 1, Derek Jeter without a single long ball this season in 128 at-bats. Oh, that had to feel real good. Off of Jeremy Bonderman, the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Bottom 1, Darryl Rasner, Matt Joyce. Right center field, Bobby Abreu has absolutely no idea where it is. Fortunately for him, in some respect, I guess, it's over the wall. It's not good for the team, but it's less embarrassing. First career home run for Joyce. Just a little bit, maybe a smidge. Here's Abreu. Hit and run is on. And Joyce, well, that's a little embarrassing, too. The kid slips down, so Jeter keeps right on running. Yankees win 5-2. Bonderman 0-8 in his last 11 home starts. To review, here's the Motor City Tote Board. Overall, a pretty good day. Pistons become the first NBA road team to win in the conference semis. The Red Wings 2 goals in the first, enough for a Game 2 win over the Stars. But the Tigers lose for the first time in their last 7 meetings with the Yanks. And by the way, if you actually did that Detroit trifecta today, props to you.
Angels and Rays played a 1-0 game Friday night, scoring at a premium on Saturday. Joe Saunders looking to go 7-0. First inning, facing Evan Longoria. Grounder to third. Only play is at second. That allows Akinori Iwamura to score, and it's 1-0 Tampa. Scott Kazmir making just his 3rd appearance of the season. He pitched very well. Juan Rivera grabbed some wood bub. Vladimir Guerrero, take a picture, it'll last longer. Friday, James Shields handcuffed the Angels. Saturday, it was Kazmir, 6 strikeouts in 6 innings, 108 pitches. Still 1-0 in the 8th. First and second, no one out. Eric Ibar smokes one down the line, but Carlos Pena, a diving stop, steps on the bag. Later in the inning, Rays intentionally walk Vlad to load the bases. They get Garrett Anderson to bounce out. Rays get their 8th straight win at home. That's a franchise record.
Snakes, Cubs, and that's Max Scherzer making his 2nd career start. Bottom 3, Brian Terrio. Opposite field, Justin Upton will, misplay the thing and kind of takes his time, a little lollygag getting it back in, and wouldn't you know it, here comes Alfonso Soriano all the way from first. A costly error by the young right fielder. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. Bottom 7 now, all tied at 2, and Chad Qualls, who's been money most of this season, not on this day. Soriano scores Jason Marquis. Alfonso is 4 for 5. Cubs get 6th in the 7th, and they win 7-2.
The Blue Jays and my fantasy team will be without Vernon Wells for 6 to 8 weeks with a broken wrist. Wells injured himself Friday night diving to make this catch against Cleveland. He leads the Blue Jays in homers and RBIs.
That was Brad Wilkerson.
I already picked him up.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not sure having Wells would have made much of a difference Saturday in Cleveland for Toronto. They just got worked by Grady Sizemore and the Tribe. Leadoff homer, good goobly-goo for Grady Sizemore. His 13th career leadoff jack. Huge day for Sizemore. He homered twice in this game, 3 for 5, 5 RBIs. The Indians hang 12 runs on Toronto, and they do all their damage in the first 5 innings. Huge day for the Indians as they roll 12-0.
About the Bo Sox and Twins, and Terry Francona and company just yearning for the great outdoors. Lost 8 straight in a dome. Glenn Perkins' major league debut as a starter for the Twins, and Kevin Youkilis thoroughly unimpressed. How hot is this guy? 6 homers in 7 games. Player of the week, hello. Sox up 1-0 early, and here it's Coco. Crispity crunchy. First home run of the season, and we have got ourselves a 2-2 game. Next batter is Jed Lowry, and pride of Stanford University. It's his first major league bomb. Red Sox go back-to-back, take a 3-2 lead. Turn it over to Jonathan Papelbon in the 9th. Remember, blown back-to-back saves. I would say he straightened it out. Gets Craig Monroe, 11th save for Papelbon. Daisuke, 7 strong innings. He is now 6-0. More baseball for you. Across the bay, you got the Giants hosting the Phils, and young Tim Lincecum. He was last year's Max Scherzer, you know. Prospect with all the upside in the world and starting to fulfill that. He freezes Victorino. He gets Utley staring. 8 strikeouts in 8 innings. For Lincecum, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. Ryan Howard struggling mightily, but still knocking the occasional long ball, like 7 of them this year. He is hitting a .169, but the Phils have a 1-0 lead. Aaron Rowan, number 4 for Rowan. He's hitting .342. Bottom 3 we go. It's 3-1 G-men. Daniel Ortmeyer off of Jamie Moyer, who incidentally was drafted the year Lincecum was born, 1984. Giants win 8-2. First of a doubleheader at Shea, Johan Santana and the Mets taking on the Reds. 6th inning, your pinch hitter is Scott Hatteberg, and this would be coming through in a pinch. Edwin Encarnacion scored from second. One of 10 hits Santana would allow. I guess you could say he scattered 10 hits. Scattered? Tying the most of any career start. Corey Patterson, nothing. Johan did strike out 5. He threw 116 pitches, but his offense picked him up. Carlos Beltran, 0 for 19 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this season. Redemption is oh so sweet. Beltran winds up at 3rd with a 3-run triple, 5 ribs on the day. Santana gets his first win.
In Milwaukee, Ben Sheets 2 strikeouts away from passing the great Teddy Higuera for most strikeouts in team history. Gets Aaron Miles with Uncle Charlie, then Albert Pujols, and that's the record breaker, 1,082. For Sheets, 6 strikeouts and 7 innings of work. Prince Fielder, he's a vegetarian, but he still gobbles up meatballs. 5th home run of the season, ties it at 3 in the 8th. To the 9th, Eric Gagne.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Bases loaded. Ryan Ludwig singles to left. Cardinals score 2. They're up 5-3. Gagne said afterwards he does not deserve the 9th inning. Brewer fans are like, yeah, you're preaching to the choir. Now let's bring in Ryan Franklin. He's one of the guys replacing Jason Isringhausen in that Cardinal closer role. He gets Fielder to ground out to Albert at first, and the Cardinals go on to win 5-3.
And that segues nicely to the SportsCenter Top 10 plays. Little arena action. Dallas Desperados, Clint Dalzell hooking up with Marcus Nash. Dalzell, first quarterback in pro sports history with 900 career touchdowns. 900.
9 times. Speaking of 9, at number 9, Peter Pan Stakes at Belmont, Casino Drive. Romping to his 5 3/4 length win in just his 2nd career start. This could be a potential spoiler should Big Brown get to the Preakness or get past the Preakness.
Dwight Howard spoiling Richard Hamilton's shot attempts. Can't really say he spoiled his night because Rip was great and the Pistons won.
And here's LeBron James at number 7.
Rondo. He gets to the basket well. It's a matter of finishing. Oh, James pins it on the backboard.
LeBron on the weak side says, not on my watch, young fella. Good block, cuffs it. My goodness, tremendous athleticism. I do that in my backyard, by the way, fellas.
Cupped it.
Number 6, Bronson Arroyo, the line drive. Carlos Beltran with total disregard for his team's dry cleaning bill. Reds would win game 2 and split the double dip.
World Hockey Championships, Germany, Canada, Eric Stahl somehow manages to put this bad boy home with one hand.
Number 4, Dallas Drake. By the way, an excellent soap opera name. Big hit on Stefan Robidoux.
Dallas Drake.
Dallas Drake. Red Wings win the game 2-1.
Diamondbacks and Cubs. Mark Reynolds grounded short. Ryan Theriot, great glove work there, and then an even better throw. Boy, look at the dexterity. How does he bounce up so quickly like that?
You know who loved that? Dallas Drake. Number 2, it's Walrus Jr. Look at Kevin Stadler. Second shot on the par 4 fourth. Bounce and in. Clean living. It's an eagle for Stadler, who did shoot a 78.
Number 1, college lacrosse. Ohio State, Cornell. Buckeye goaltender Stefan Schroeder, the save. And in lacrosse, you know what? The goaltender can run. Now, this would be like in soccer, the goalie dribbling it up the field. Here in lacrosse, Schroeder goes all the way up, makes the save at one end, scores the goal at the other. Buckeyes go on for the upset win.
Florida at Washington. Teddy Roosevelt, courtesy is as much a mark of a gentleman as courage. Top 6, Marlins down 4-1, 2 out. Dan Uggla, grand slam Saturday. He goes rough ride on Sean Hill there, 10th of the season. Now look at Uggla as he rounds third. Yeah, third base coach Bo Porter. Yeah, you need to touch them all, Danny. 4-2. 8th inning, top, still 4-2. 1 on Luis Ayala on the hill. Okay, Jeremy Hermida, he's got a pink bat. We've got more on that later in this show. Do what you can with what you have where you are, and he does. Third homer, game tied at 4. Later in the 8th, Uggla, bully on Ayala fastball. His second of the game, 11th of the season. Uggla, 3 home runs, 7 RBI in the last 2 games. 8-1 against the Nats this season. The Marlins are. They win it 5-4. On May 2nd, the Marlins had lost 4 of 5. Skipper decided to change the batting order. Main switches, drops Hanley Ramirez from first to third. Uggla taking Uggla out of the 2-hole. Ramirez hitting .393. Uggla hitting .400 with 7 homers and 15 RBI since.
Angels and Air Rays. Where? Tampa. Rays going for the sweep, and you can see they've been very good at home. Irvin Santana. How about this Santana looking to become the first 7-game winner in the AL? E.J. Upton. 3 for 5, double RBI, hitting .297 now. Drives in Iramora, still in the first, 2-0. Cliff Floyd is healthy again. Upton scores. Floyd was 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. And the Rays at home and up 3-0. Angels would come back. Top of the 5th, we're tied at 4. Torrey Hunter, what a great sign he's been so far. 3 for 4, hitting .302. Career high .353 on base percentage. Angels lead. However, in the bottom of the 6th, yeah, it's that pink bat. Mother's Day, breast cancer awareness. Pretty in pink. What Richard Butler is to psychedelic furs, Carl Crawford is to the Rays. They sweep the Angels. They've won 9 straight at home. They put a snowman on the board, and they win 8-5. These are not your father's Rays. They're not our Rays. Tampa is now 5 games above 500.
Initiative reversed that 8.10 ERA in his last 3 starts. Joey Votto in the top of the 3rd with 2 out. Adam Dunn swinging like Glenn Miller. 2 out in the top of the 4th, and 2 on, 2 out in the 5th. It's Votto again. Perez, 6 innings, 3 earned, 8 Ks. Bottom 5, there's the power of pink right there. Carlos Beltran. He had 5 RBIs Saturday. He goes yard off Johnny Cueto there, his 3rd. The Mets are up 5-0. That was a 2-run shot. And you know what they say, once you go pink. It's Ryan Church, next batter. Soloed shot, his 7th. The Mets up 6-0. Cueto, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 6 earned, 5 Ks, 2 home runs, back-to-back for the 2nd straight day for the Mets. Top 9, Reds down 8-3. David Ross leads off. He flies out to right. That's 1 out in the 9th. And right about now, you're wondering, why are we showing you the top of the 9th in an 8-3 game? Well, Corey Patterson's next, or is he? Willie Randolph says, you know what, my card doesn't say that Corey Patterson's next. And Dusty Baker comes out and he says, man, my card doesn't either, but what happened? Well, legal flashback, bottom of the 6th. Bake calls for the double switch. Ross enters the game as a catcher, but he takes the pitcher's spot. That's 9th in the lineup. So it should have been Corey Patterson 8th, David Ross 9th. And Dusty said the order was correct on the dugout board and his scorecard. Players hit out of order. It's his responsibility. So what's the rule? Well, a batter shall be called out on appeal when he fails to bat in his proper turn, and another batter completes a time at bat in his place. Dale Scott said 23 years as an umpire, he's never seen this. So Patterson is out on the Ross flyout, and Ross gets to back up again. He singles to center, and he said afterwards he's going to have to buy Patterson dinner. Now Dusty comes out again. He says, wait, I got another problem, because right before that Ross's second at bat, I see you both have your 2 fingers up for 2 outs. A communication breakdown. It's driving me insane. They finally decide there should only be 1 out. And then Ryan Friel says, well, now there's 2, because he grounds out to second, and then Votto's going to ground out to second to end the game. So,
thank goodness.
And then the highlight, a rare occurrence right there. Dusty Baker said it once happened to him as a player. The Mets win this one, 8-3, your final.
2 top-shelf NL teams, D-backs and Cubs. I'd keep playing. 58-minute rain delay, so Randy Johnson, Carlos Zambrano, we'll scratch them. We don't want to play with their arms. And the weather. 7th inning stretch. Quarterback Tony Romo, Dallas Cowboys. He has the stage to sing "Take Me Out" to the ball game.
Root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. The old ball game.
The Simpson family obviously rubbed off on Tony Romo singing. I thought he dated Jessica, not Ashley. Bottom 7, Cub trail 4-2. Reed Johnson, he's been good for them. Ties the game at 4. Romo likes it. 8th inning, bottom 8, bases loaded. Darrell Ward, he's got the pink bat, the power of pink. Yes, raking to right center. Even Darrell Ward will get a double on that one. Vile weeds. Ward fired up. Cubs fired up. Tony Romo, yeah, he engineers a late inning drive. Cubs win 6-4.
Tony Romo sings again, John and I walk. Bartender, Butter, Old Milwaukee. Brewers hosting the Cards. Ryan Braun with the pink bat, and I say do what you do. 3-1, bottom 5, and Braun all alone or in 2s outside the wall, his second of the game. 6-7 on the season. That one off Braden Looper. Now Bill Hall, walk-off home run Mother's Day 06. His mom in attendance, and he hits another home run on Mother's Day in 07. So, Mother, do you think I'll drop another bomb? What will he do on this Mother's Day? And his mother's in attendance. Let's find out. Oh, no, he didn't. Broken bat, deep fly ball to left, but Chris Duncan, not deep enough. All his mother thought he might have had it. He's 0 for 3. Top 9, 5-3. Brian Shaw saw him for the save because they're going to give Eric Gagne a mental break. And Ned Yost says Gagne begging out, basically. Shut it down. The Brewers win 5. Floyd, who took a no-hitter into the 9th in his last start. Sox take him to a 2-0 lead in their half of the first. And there goes the no-hitter. First batter for Floyd. Ichiro doubles to right. Nick Swisher, he misplays it. Swisher's got the pink soul patch going, so that's cool. Ichiro advances to third. He'd score, make it 2-1. Bottom 3rd, same score. Raul Ibanez. His bat is bigger than your bat. 2-run shot, 443 feet. That came off Floyd, and the Mariners take a 3-2 lead. Bottom 4, Floyd gives up a single to Jojima and a double to Ballantine, and then he's got Betancourt next, and he doubles. Those 2 cats I just mentioned score. Floyd gone shortly thereafter. 3 2/3, 9 hits, 5 earned. Mariners.
Game 3 of 4 in the Red Sox Twins series. Tim Wigfield's last outing, best of the year. Not so much Sunday night. 2 2/3, 6 earned. That's Craig Monroe. Couple homers, 4 RBIs. The Red Sox down, but, part of their success is they always keep things loose. Watch David Ortiz.
And who's that big guy behind you?
Yeah, I told you before, I'll kick it too.
Thanks a lot.
The interview is over. Top of the 6th, Sox down 8-4. Oh, good pitch. Nick Blackburn on the black. Poppy not happy. 9th inning, Red Sox trying to mount a comeback. They're down by 3. Joe Nathan's in. That's tough. 2 on, though, 1 out, and J.D. Drew hits a laser over the noggin of Carlos Gomez. Kevin Youkilis, who might be the MVP in the AL so far, scores. Drew in with a double. It's a 2-run game now. Very next batter, Coco Crisp. Mike Lowell stopped at 3rd. He'll score. And, J.D. Drew, you want to play this safe. Crisp is going to beat it out. Instead, the second out made it 3rd. Crisp then steals 2nd. Manny comes in the pinch hit. Looking for the game-tying RBI. It's a pretty well, but right to short, and the Twins win a wild one on ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball, 9-8.
Texas with a 5-game winning streak facing Oakland's Rich Harden, making his first start since April 2nd, bum shoulder. A's 3.25 ERA, best in the majors. Bottom 4, Josh Hamilton. 39th RBI, best in the bigs. And Harden done one batter later, 3 2/3, 8 hits, 5 earns. Top 7 tied. Mark Ellis on first, Bobby Crosby on third. Franklin Herman is going to fake to third and then checks Ellis on first, who is running. So now they're going to get him in a pickle. And meanwhile, Crosby says, well, you pay attention to him, I'm going to make you pay. He's safe, Ellis is safe, and well, the A's go on to win 12-6 your final. Give me a Dodger dog right now. Los Angeles and Houston. Hiroki Kuroda, winless in his last 6 starts, 0-2 record. So, of course, what's he do on Sunday? We go 7th inning, he hasn't allowed a hit. Top 7, Carlos Lee flies out to center. Dodgers up 2-0, and we're 7 outs away from a no-hitter. Next batter, Hunter Pence, singles to left. Yeah, breaking news, no-hitter over. Pence singles 11. Kuroda, look at him. He's, oh, darn it. Thought I had a no-hitter. He was lifted after walking the next batter, but the Dodger bullpen, 2.72 ERA. Second best in the bigs. But Carlos Lee, 12 RBI in his last 9 games, drops that into the triangle against Jonathan Broxton. And Miguel Tejada scores, and we are tied. Next batter, it's that Pence guy again. Broke up the no-hitter. Now he's killing the Dodger buzz altogether. Lance Berkman scores. Broxton gives up 6 hits and 6 earned runs in the 8th. It's 4-3 Astros. Now bottom 9. Astros up 8-4. 1 out. Andrew Jones, long fly ball. Michael Bourne.
Oh, that's a great catch.
Reach out and touch it. Andrew Jones can't believe it. The Astros are going to win at 8-5. Houston's first 3-game sweep at Dodger Stadium since 1992.
California splashed in sunshine from Southern California, Northern California. Jimmy Rollins' mom's in attendance in San Francisco. Ryan Howard off Jonathan Sanchez, another good young pitcher for the Giants. It's a triple for Howard, 4th of his career. He would score on a Pat Burrell sacrifice fly. In the 7th, though, Giants getting it done with 2 outs. Bottom 7, they're down 3-2. Nobody on now. J.C. Romero against Randy Wynn, wins singles. Never give up. Next batter, backup catcher Steve Holm. Excuse me, Holm, which way to the freeway? First career home run. He had entered the game after, as a pinch runner, replacing Benji Molina. The Giants bench loves it. Ryan Wilson gets his 11th save, and the Giants beat the Phillies 4-3.
Good bowler. And he loved the top 10 plays. Fulham, Portsmouth at number 10. Free kick for Fulham, Danny Murphy. The great header goal, 1-0 winner for Fulham, and that keeps Fulham in the Premier League, and they avoid relegation. Relegation, that's a soccer word.
Of course they do. Number 9, Italia Open. Philip Archer, 3rd shot, par 4, 6th. Bellissimo. Henny Otto of South Africa was your winner of the Italia Open.
Men's lacrosse at number 8. Hofstra, Johns Hopkins. Stephen Boyle, Johns Hopkins, gets absolutely leveled by Mike Scudden, but he got leveled. Hopkins eliminates Hofstra in the first round of the NCAA Division I men's tournament.
Keep your head up, Sparky. Number 7, Cardinals, Brewers, Troy Glass. Oh, Phil Hall robs him and then doubles up Albert Pujols.
Albert not happy. At number 6, Royals, Adam Jones will be unhappy after this. Joey Gathright, look at him get up in the air and then get the ball at the highest point, fundamentally sound. Had it all the way, didn't you?
Number 5, there's a Russian Premier League deal. Saturn, there's a road trip. Moscow Dynamo, Antonin Kinski, the great diving save, and a beauty.
Number 4, Cardinals, Brewers, Tony Gwynn tries to go lay down Sally, and Braden Looper gets down, gets it, and gets Gwynn at first. Nice job by Looper.
Well, let's play golf, the ladies. Ari Mackay, 2nd shot, par 4, 18th. It's always fun. Doesn't matter if you lose by 100 shots or whatever. That's you in the hole. Annika ran away with this. Annika is back.
You know it's back. Lacrosse at number 2. Colgate and Notre Dame. Sudden death overtime in the first round of the championships, and Peter Christman. Up! He goes top shelf. Patron. Notre Dame's season continues. Colgate's season is over.
You can watch it all on the U, ESPN U. All right, Astros, Dodgers. Andrew Jones' accumulation of RBIs phenomenally good. I mean, he gets one here, but this is how hard he has to work for. Look at the catch by Michael Bourne. But again, as a parting gift, he does get a sacrifice fly. But 5 RBIs for Jones this year.